because with 6 months and of course frequently visiting the country, correct? Now, what happens, Attorney Golan? This is a case of a family whose relative came in to the United States to visit her mother. However, she now is actually sick and she is in the hospital. Is this a valid reason for her to overstay, or does she have to extend her visa to be able to finish treatment?
This sounds like a valid reason for an extension, but she must apply for an extension.
And how long do they have to wait to get the approval of an extension, Attorney Golan?
It may take 2-3 months.
I see. So in the meantime, like the visa expires and they have not received the approval yet, what is her status?
When they get the approval, it is valid retroactively.
I see.
To the date of expiration of the original visa.
That means that if it's disapproved, she immediately will have to leave the country.
Right.
I see. Now, there is a concern from some of the relatives here who have visiting, children, and now they're afraid to drive, although they have an international driver's license. Is it a danger sometimes if they drive and then their visa's expired and they will be arrested, especially if you have DUI? The police officers can ask them questions about their status and look for other passports and other documentation?
Look, the police in California and Los Angeles are still not inquiring into the status. But for anybody who drives without a license and also drinks, such a person should be deported for stupidity.
Right. When you mentioned criminal conviction, let's say if there was an attempt to expunge it from their records, can they also see those past criminal convictions?
Yes. An expungement doesn't really remove the history. An expungement only gives you certain privileges, certain rights, not to mention the conviction on job application or something like this. But it doesn't really change the past.
Now, Attorney Golan, when you mentioned the illegal aliens who have no documentation, have entered illegally, what about those green card holders who have criminal conviction? Are they in danger of being deported out of the country also?
Okay, look, here it depends on the kind of conviction. And such a person who is a green card holder and has a criminal conviction, I assume after getting the green card, not before, because if he had the conviction before getting the green card, it would all be discussed and clarified during the process of getting the green card. But assume somebody got a green card and has a criminal conviction after getting the green card. Such a person should consult with an immigration lawyer about the consequences of the conviction. And maybe the lawyer will advise him never to travel outside of the U.S. because when such a person comes back to the U.S., his conviction may jump up on the computer screen and the immigration officer will put him immediately into deportation proceedings at the port of entry. Or maybe for such a person, it would be advised not only not to travel, but also not to apply for a renewal of the green card at the end of 10 years.